Good morning, everyone. Sunday morning. So, this is day 5. Had a bit of a blip yesterday, day 4, so I didn't do any videoing. But I'm back. Okay. So what have I done this morning? Do you know what? I've had a lovely long bath. And I've paid homage to James Bond, Sean Connery, because I put my truffle-esque mask on. So I was all Goldfinger lying in the bath. And then when I got out, I rubbed it in, and as Chris Parks told me to do. And I've finished off with the truffle elixir. I've put the eye truffle round, and I've just put the skin truffle on. So I'm having a no makeup day today. Just giving myself a bit of a rest. Although I have put bunny on the lips just because I didn't want to look totally, yeah. So this is me au naturel. Okay. I'll take my glasses off because I can talk to you better without my glasses on. So the eyebrows still going fine. I think they're sort of settling down a little bit more with the colour, and yeah. I can't feel, or I can't see or feel any scabbiness yet, but we'll see what happens. It may happen, it may not. Okay. Yesterday, well, let's address what happened yesterday. Started the morning off, and of course, the first thing that happened was my COVID app switched around to show that we were now in the high risk area. So that was depressing. Okay. And then all the news started leaking out. Do you know, I wish they'd put a stop to all these leaks, because I think that winds you up more than anything. So then all the leaks started coming through on tablets and iPhones and news stations, and even in the actual papers, wasn't it, Saturday morning, about the potential sort of total lockdown. So I have to be honest, I thought, oh God, here we go again. And it's not so much what's happening, it's the way that it happens and the way that they build up to it. I don't know, I mean, some people it may go straight over their heads, but for me, it really raises my stress levels. I'll be totally honest. So that was sort of happening. So Saturday morning, Sue, my daughter-in-law, called and dropped my shopping off for me. It was absolutely pouring down with rain, but she couldn't come in anyhow because I'm obviously still self-isolating. And then a little bit after that, Hilary, my sister, she dropped off something I'd asked her to get. And we did stand talking. She was outside and I was sort of in my porch. And we both, well, I think we were both really peed off. That's the best word I can say without saying anything stronger. And, you know, it suddenly sort of loomed that we wouldn't be able to go into each other's houses and whatever. So yeah, so after that I thought, oh God, now I could have wallowed in pity, but I thought, no, shift yourself. So I went and I put some makeup on, and I actually did a filming episode towards one of the Future Friday friends. So I did make the effort, and I did do something. And then in the afternoon, what really lifted my spirits was I saw this little girl come down the drive, and I thought, who's that? And then I realised when she put a bunch of flowers down at the door and ran back to the car, and it was Ted sitting in the car at the top of the drive. So of course he couldn't come any nearer. So that was lovely, and that really did cheer me up, you know. So yeah, I've got this beautiful bunch of roses. Okay, they smell beautiful. So that did lift my spirits. And then we spoke again later on the phone, and so yeah. And then, of course, Boris did his announcement. Talk about keeping you on pins, because, you know, it was going to be 5 o'clock, then it was going to be past, then 6. But anyhow, by the time he come on, you know, the stress levels were going up again. And then listening to him, and they're showing all these slides, but you can't see it all on the television because part of it was cut off. And I know it wasn't just my television, because 1 or 2 other people have commented on Facebook. What's the point of showing the graphs if we can't see the full graph? So anyhow, that's my rant over that. And then he announced what the restrictions were going to be. And when you sort of delve into it a bit more, yes, it's similar to what happened in March, with some hidden changes, I would say. Okay, I mean, yes, the schools and whatever to stay open, work at home if you can't, well, go to work if you can't work at home, whatever. But the thing that it suddenly dawned on me was, yes, as a single person, I can go to my bubble, yeah. But if I was to meet anybody one-to-one, and you are allowed, everybody's allowed to meet one person outside, but you must socially distance, and it can be from any household. But they can't come in your garden. What? What's that all about? Why can't they come in the garden? You can still socially distance in a garden. So, yeah. So the stress level's up here now. and then I thought, well, yeah, you can meet them in a public place outside. So a park, recreation ground. I assume you can actually go for a walk with them as long as you keep your distance. So that'll be my go-to, both with Hilary, possibly Janice if she's up for walking, having recently had her up, and certainly with Ted. Okay, but all I can say is I'm glad in a way that I am self-isolating at the minute. It has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. The disadvantage is, if I wasn't doing this, then I would make hay while the sun shined, and I would be seeing whoever I could, and certainly, you know, building things upwards, let's say. But because I'm self-isolating, I can't do that. So, and I can't make the most of the last few days before going into lockdown by being able to go out to the local shops and, you know, and the local cafes, because they will all close from Thursday. So no Hetty scones. So, yeah. But looking on for a positive, and I have put my positive pants on today, the fact that I am self-isolating means that by the time I go for my op, which is the 11th of November, then I'll be a good way through this supposed 4-week lockdown to the 1st or 2nd of December, whatever it is. So I'm looking at it like that. I'm thinking I'm self-isolating, so that's fine, okay. And certainly my IOP, well, should be going ahead, because one of the things that Boris said was existing medical procedures should go ahead. So that's that, okay. So as I say, positive pants on. I've put my, you know, my loungewear on, and I'm looking to be cheerful today, okay. So I hope everybody's all right. And what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. Just to round off and just to cheer myself up even more, let's have a squirt of perfume, okay. So, fabulous. Knowing perfume, the best smell out. So that's me, ladies. As I say, no makeup today, but just a quick catch up on day 5, okay. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow, definitely, for the usual Monday musings. Have a great one.